Hey love lovers. So we're talking about the Libra Ascendant in a composite chart. A composite chart is a merger between two charts, right? So we take a birth chart of partner A, we take a birth chart of partner B, we add them, we analyze both charts, we come up with a third chart. And this third chart is called a composite chart. It represents the personality, the persona, the physical form of the couple as if they were one person. Okay, now when we talk about a Libra ascendant, we are actually talking about an imbalanced couple. By imbalance, this is what we mean, okay? We've always known, or we've always thought, or we've always been taught that the Libra sign is actually the most balanced in a zodiac sign. Now, thanks to new information and thanks to the Maga Academy School of Astrology, we are now aware that in actual fact, the Libra ascendant or the Libra sign is actually the most imbalanced one. However, because it has those scales, it's always trying to balance itself out, okay? Therefore, in this context, this is what I say. The Libra ascendant in a composite chart, they are aware of their imperfections. They are aware of the imbalances that they have together, okay, and towards each other. Therefore, they try to harmonize these imbalances throughout their relationship, okay? And because this is happening on the physical appearance of this couple, we can see that there could be maybe some differences or imbalances, maybe in terms of their height, in terms of their weight, in terms of their skin tone, skin color. And they are both aware of this, and therefore they are always trying to balance and harmonize those differences, you know? And because of this self-awareness in this couple of their imbalances, they are able now to appear as balanced within their imbalanced nature, if you know what I mean. So that's what a Libra ascendant is all about. But we can also say that this is a beautiful couple for sure. This is a given because we're talking about a couple that is ruled by Venus, my God's sake. So they are beautiful, okay, as a couple, and they could be known as socialite as well. Fighting in public, actually, they don't do that. They're very diplomatic. They're very harmonious, also towards each other. Actually, there's some sort of diplomacy, which is very, very visible, and which makes up their character as a couple. Now, when it comes to their speech, you know, towards each other, we can see that, as I said, they try to be diplomatic in public, like to appear as diplomatic. But when they talk to each other, they can go all the way deep. You know, they can literally like divulge like the deepest secrets that they have to each other. Like they're not afraid. They don't hold back. That's what I'm trying to say. They don't hold back. Like the most grievances that they could have, even like the darkest secrets that they could have, they just tell each other, okay? They just go there and they tell each other. What we also see is that this couple could actually be having some money which is coming, you know, from secret sources. So basically they could be like getting money maybe from one of their parents, you know, but then it's given to them in a secret manner, you know. So maybe the parents would be like, okay guys, here's 10,000, but don't tell anyone, just fix your stuff, buy whatever you want to buy, but don't tell other people, okay? So they could be having money that comes in that manner. And what we also see is that this couple is really philosophical when they talk with other people, like in terms of, you know, dealing with their neighbors, for example. They're very philosophical. This couple is the type of a couple that will be talking with their neighbors about maybe some spiritual adventures, or maybe about, you know, traveling to other countries, foreign countries, you know. So that's their type of a conversation with their neighbors, that is, okay. And we can also see that even though they appear very diplomatic to the public, you know, and also talk intensely together, you know, going deep and, you know, transforming each other through their speech, within their home they could be very rigid, okay, very traditional. Like they could have a traditional house. By traditional house I mean, like, maybe they could choose like a house that is, you know, more fitting to the tradition maybe of that city, you know, a house that adheres to, you know, all the expected architectural things, you know. And they also really like a house that's solid, you know. They don't prefer houses that maybe could be volatile or could change. Maybe, you know, there are some people who like to live in apartments, like change apartments every year, every 5 years. For this couple, it's important that they have a solid base, like a solid home, like a household that is solid. And of course, due to this, we can also see that within the home, and because of these traditions that they follow or that they choose to follow, you could find that their home is a bit like work. Yeah, it could be like a bit like work. That's how their home could be like. It could feel like work if they're really not working from there. And, you know, they could also be welcoming a lot of older people who come and visit to their house. So these older people could be maybe their grandparents, their parents, like, but elder people usually come to this home, to the home of this couple. We can also see that this home, as I said, is rigid. They run this household as if, you know, it's under a lot of rules. They have so many rules. It's like, you can't open that door. You can't go to the basement unless you get permission. You can't let the dogs inside. Like, they have these type of rules, and they're so like, this couple here, this Libra Ascendant couple in a composite chart could have youthful fathers, okay? At least one of the partner's father is very youthful, okay? And they consider this father, or maybe both fathers, as their friends, you know. So it's like, in their couple, there could be conversations like, oh, let me call my dad. Oh, let me check up on my dad. Oh, my dad said this, my dad said that, you know, or my dad just sent a joke, my dad just sent a meme, you know. So there could be some youthfulness or friendliness going on regarding one of their fathers or both fathers, okay, of this couple. And as a result, you find that you find that when it comes to, you know, serving their purpose as a couple, like as in, you know, representing the duties of their couple in terms of how we view them in the society, we could view them as nurturing couple, okay, who's very, very nurturing towards their couple. They soft, they speak fondly of each other, as well as represent themselves in such a manner, okay. So it's not like a couple that would represent themselves as aggressive, assertive. No, these ones, they come off as emotional, affectionate, soft, you know. And they are friends, though. When it comes to dealing with their friends, this is when we can see some ego happening. So this couple could have an ego clash with at least one friend in their friendship circle, okay, or maybe some sort of I would say like an ego. It's like, you know how couples compete all the time, really. So there could be some like that thing that you are beneath us, we are above you type of thing, at least one friend. But at the same time, we see that they could either be seen as of high class by their friends, or they choose friends that are coming from a high class in life, okay. And they could also have friends that are in the government, that are working in the government, like in big organizations that are including governments, okay. Maybe a non-profit organization that is funded by the government, okay. And when it comes to their bedroom life, they're very fixed, really. They are sensual towards each other, they're loving, and they're very committed. That's the word. They're very committed to each other, and they prefer not to share themselves with other people, okay. This is kind of like because, you know, they can be very critical of each other in terms of the bedroom and in terms of their needs, you know, very analytic. Okay, like my partner likes to do this, I like to do this. So it's very like meticulous when it comes to that. And then they also control all their losses, such as spending, expenses. They are able to control that, and maybe it's thanks to the fact that they differ sometimes in terms of the debts and, you know, overspending and stuff like that. So one person, at least one partner, could have the habit of doing it, and the other partner maybe says, no, we're not going to spend. So there's some control happening there. All right. Anyway, guys, that's it in a nutshell, and thank you. I'll chat to you soon. I chat sweet. Anyway, what we also see from this couple's life together as a couple, my goodness, is that their kids are very they're not rebels. I don't want to use that word. That's a negative word. Their kids are open-minded. In terms of these kids, they're very sure, first of all, of who they are. This couple have kids that are sure of their purpose, okay? Their children, they want to change the world. That's the word I'm looking for. Their kids, they want to change the world. So changing the world requires that you act differently from the society. So you find that the kids of this couple, they act differently from their society, okay? If their society is going to the left, the kids of this couple will go to the right, okay? They'll just act differently because they are here to change the world, and also to challenge the parents. That is to always demand the parents to be balancing the scales. Remember, this is a Libra Ascendant. That's what they do. They balance the scales. That's their job. So, because of this idea of these kids who want to act differently from the parents, who want to go do their own way, who want to change the world through their own means, through their own customs, through their own identities, these children of this couple could also be involved in community groups, that's for sure. So you find that most of the time the kids of this couple are not in the house, because first of all, in the house there are those rigid rules of you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this. So these kids, most of the time, they are outside of the house and in group settings, okay? So it could be their friends or doing entertainment things, but they are out there taking risks, these kids. And what we can see is that this couple has now to deal with challenges about spirituality, challenges about addictions. By addictions, we don't always mean drugs. Some people literally just run to drugs when you mention the word addiction. But there are addictions that could also be as simple as overeating, as simple as over shopping, as simple as, stuff like that. So people should not just run their head to think about drugs or to think about whatever when we talk about addiction. So this couple could be having an addiction of just shopping clothes, being shopaholics. So basically they're facing these challenges constantly in their relationship. There's some sort of addiction happening. As I said, again, the word addiction does not necessarily mean a bad thing. It could be a simple thing as even going to the gym too much. That can be an addiction, okay? So we can also see that when it comes to making to traveling to other countries, like long journey travels, this couple can have some problems from time to time, okay? Like, let's say this couple is in the US, right? And they plan to travel to Brazil. Most of the time, when it comes to this couple, there will be some problem. There'll be something, either the plane is late, or either one person can't find their passport, or the visa is not approved, stuff like that. So every time when they have to make long journey travels, there's an issue. It is a challenge. It is a problem, okay? And what we can also see is that they could have like some, it's not really like a huge problem, but then there could be some debts that they are constantly having different views about. Maybe one partner, is wanting to add a debt, and the other partner is refusing to take it on a debt, okay? Anyway, so we can see that as a couple that's very diplomatic, that's very, socialite as well, I must say, you find that they attract people to themselves who are assertive, and these people they want to come and to be involved in this couple's life and to kind of control this couple. So by other people, it could be as simple as competitors, but there's some people who just want to come over and control this couple in some way, okay, one way or the other. And when it comes to their in-laws, each other's parents and each other's families, this couple loves enjoys to buy gifts and, you know, to give their in-laws like nice gifts, expensive gifts. You know, it could be mostly food, maybe an expensive wine, maybe, you know, also it could be something relating to jewels like gold, diamond. So they like to really go all out when it comes to their families, each other's families, like the in-laws. Okay, and then that also means they also like to do the same thing for each other within their couple. Okay, and they're very fixed about it. It's like their value. It's like what they value. You know, making their in-laws happy, and, you know, having a shared marriage or union that is very stable, fixed, and of high value. All right. So what we also see is that